Hi crafty friends and happy December. Welcome to hopefully the first of many December daily process videos that I'll be doing for the 2019 season. I have a lot on my desk right now, so here's what I have going on. I have a full page photo. I am going to hopefully assemble a wreath. So I don't need the second circle. But I have my wreath form and I have my leaves in a bunch of colors. I have my letter that's going to spell out joy. I have one of these pleather circles that my friend Audrey was a saint and was kind enough to send to me because I missed out on them. So thank you so much, Audrey, if you're watching this. I love you. Thank you. I have my journaling that I sized to 3x6. So it's going to go in this pocket, and then I'm going to put something up here. So I have these transparencies, and these were from the 2017, either 2017 or 2016 December Daily Kits. They were these 3x4 transparencies. I'm going to cut this down to 3x2, put it in here, and then have my photo. I'm going to build my wreath on a transparency, attach it to my photos with some brads, and we'll see. So I have pretty lofty goals. So we'll see. So I'm not going to do a chit chat this time around because I have so much going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to record this and voice over it like I normally do a tutorial. And hopefully this doesn't fall apart. So I'm going to go back and put on my Christmas carols. I'm going to get started and get to work. And happy December, you guys. Happy December. All right, crafty friends. So hello and welcome to day one of December Daily 2019. So what I'm working on for this is a wreath. So I know I gave you guys a bit of an overview in like the beginning of the video of what I wanted my project to look like for this day. But I found this wreath cut file. If I remember, I will hopefully link it in the description box, but it's called the 3D Holly Wreath. So if you search for that, if you're interested in this page, if you search for the 3D Holly Wreath, you will find this file. And so my plan is to create this wreath and then lay the chipboard letters to spell out joy over top, put the pleather circle right in the middle of it, kind of like it is sitting on my desk right now. Put that on a piece of transparency, lay that over my photo, and then have my journaling in a 3x8 pocket on the right side. If you haven't seen my 2018 December daily flip throughs, well, first of all, stop. No, actually, don't stop. When you're finished watching this video, go watch those because I'm actually really proud of that album. But I ended up with 2 giant albums at the end of 2018. And my goal is for that to not happen again. So I'm trying with this album to mitigate my crazy need to have things outside of the pocket with my desire to end up with 1 album this year, because for 2017 and 2018, I ended up with 2 albums. The other thing that I'm doing this year is I had a lot of back and forth about what I wanted to do with my journaling. So since I started this project in 2016, I've written 25 love letters, and that's been my journaling for this project. Every day, I write a letter to a person, to a place, to a thing, to myself, and that is how I tell the story of what's going on in this December. And this year, I went back and forth a lot for the last few weeks over whether I wanted to do my 25 love letters or whether I wanted to do like this is what we're doing type journaling. And 2 people sent me some really like profound DMs. And then I also realized that if my system wasn't broken, then why fix it? Like, I love writing these letters. I love being able to go back to 2016 and go right to what I was feeling. Like, what I was doing is important, but my thoughts and my emotions and how I was feeling, how I was interpreting what was happening to me and happening in my life is more valuable to me than, oh, today we went to the movies, today we went to dinner. So I am continuing to write 25 love letters for December Daily 2019. So, all of that backstory, let's go back to the process. So the glue that I used to assemble my wreath is the Tombow mono liquid glue. And the reason I use this glue for 2 reasons. Number one, it takes a really long time to dry. And so it was helpful when assembling the wreath if the glue was still wet for a little bit, because I could move the leaves around until they were starting to lay exactly where I wanted them to. The second reason I use this glue is because it is the only thing I found that sticks to glitter paper. And I use three shades of matte green and then a shade of glitter paper to assemble my wreath. And I have used glitter paper in the past, and it has always been a trial to figure out what glue works, and this glue works perfectly. So that's the reason I use that versus, like, I always use the Scotch Quick Dry in my fine line bottle. That I have a lot of trouble with glitter paper. So if you're having issues gluing glitter paper down, I highly recommend it's Tombow Mono Liquid Glue. It's clear, and you saw me using it in the beginning of the video. So after I assembled my wreath, I went ahead and just stuck it to a bit of transparency. I use the graphics transparency. You can get them in like 12 by 12 sheets off Amazon. And I cut this one down to 6.5 by 8.25, which is the size of the page protector. I just know this measurement because I haven't used a page protector in a very long time. All my pages just tend to live outside of page protectors. So using a page protector this year is going to be fun. I'm excited for the challenge. I'm excited to contain my album. So while you're watching me do the process, I do want to talk to you a little bit about my story for today. So I woke up this morning in a terrible funk. It's December 1st. I don't have my tree up. None of my decorations are up. My husband was working, so he was like pretty much gone before I woke up. And I woke up in the worst mood ever. Like, I had these, like, if you follow me on Instagram or you've watched any of my videos, you know that December daily is my season. Like, this is where I thrive. And so I had these, like, I went to bed on November 30th knowing that the tree wasn't up, and then I woke up on December 1st like expecting like a Christmas miracle to happen and to expect everything to be different, which is incredibly silly of me. Like, I'm fully aware that it was very silly, but I have no idea why I reacted that way. And so I laid in bed and I had to give myself like a pep talk. Like, Tashiana, you are better than this. You're an adult. You knew the tree wasn't up. You know that you have to do this, and like, get up and do something about it. And so I had to sit in my bed and talk to myself. And as I was sitting there, I just wrote my journaling. Like, I had no photo. I had no idea what was going on, but I wrote the first few sentences of my journaling. And then as I got out of bed and I started doing stuff, the rest of it just like poured out of me. And so I really want to read to you my journaling for today, just because I know we all have these like crazy expectations of what December should be and what it could be. And sometimes real life is just like, no, like, take a step back and reevaluate. So I'm going to read you my journaling. The way I read my writing is a little, it's over the top, but it's the way I read my writing in my head. So apologies in advance. So here's my journaling. Dear December 1st, I was so excited for you that when you snuck up on me dark and cold and found me alone in bed at home with no tree, no decorations, all the stockings and tinsel still in the box in the closet, and no Christmas spirit to be found, I was a tiny bit disappointed. Okay, I was a lot disappointed. This is my season. This is where I thrive, and there's something about getting your hopes up for what the season could be and then being let down dramatically that sucks up all the joy out of you like a sponge. But my December is what I make it, and joy is waiting to be found, and happiness is a choice, and I choose to find joy where she's waiting for me. So I strung up some lights in my craft corner, and I put out the bottle brush tree and the rose gold nutcracker and the sequin tree and the little ceramic house that I'm terrified to put a light in because it'll burn everything down. And I made hot chocolate in my favorite mug, and I did what makes me happy. Craft. Maybe the tree will go up later this week, or it'll go up next week, or it'll go up after my last final. Our schedules do not make for a conducive trimming of the tree session, and I refuse to put the tree up alone. But magic is what we make, and every day might not be good, but there's good in every day. So welcome. Hello. Thanks for the lesson. Thanks for the reminder, and thanks ever so much for the twinkling lights. So I hope like that resonated with you, and that we go into December for what it is, and not for what it could be, and not for what it should be, but for what real life looks like. And I have been blabbing and not talking about my process at all. So on the bright side, most of this video is self-explanatory. I made the wreath. I stuck it to the acetate. I added the chipboard letters. The thing you saw me doing with the ruler was I measured 1 1/4 inch from both ends of my photo. I used a crocodile to punch a hole through my photo and the transparency, and I'm attaching it together with the brad. And the reason I used the brad is because I wanted to be able to lift up the acetate so you can still see the photo underneath. The photo is a photo I took this morning after I had hung up the lights and decorated my craft area. The rest of our apartment's not decorated, but I decorated my craft area, and I sat down and I was just like, this is what joy looks like. Like, we can make this. Magic is what we make. And so I took the photo and it was great. So for the journaling, I printed it 3x6. You can't really see in the video, but I took a stamp from the gratitude kit that says every day might not be good, but there's good in every day. And I stamped it as a brush on my 3x6, I don't know what the word is for Photoshop, but my canvas. I stamped it on the canvas. I took the opacity down to 25%, and then I typed my journaling over top. I added a bit of transparency that I cut down to 3x2, added a chipboard circle, and my number. So I know it feels like I'm rushing now, because I kind of am, because the video is over. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you find some magic this December. And remember, magic is what we make, and joy is waiting for us to find it. So let's look for joy together. Let's tell stories together, and hopefully see you for December 2nd. So till next time, keep it crafty, friends, and have the very best day. And happy December daily season.